For the first time this season and the first time in club history, it's a home match, the home opener for Oklahoma United FC, and it is live in front of all of you on YouTube. It's Fort Worth Vaqueros who make the trip from Texas, about 3 or 4 hours south of here. And, well, if previous matches are any indication, it will be the home side who will expect the most from this one. Good evening, everybody. Danny Catula's my name. Good to have you with us. Maya Johnson guests will be with us as the game progresses as well. But let's go ahead and get you into these two sides, what to expect from Fort Worth Vaqueros as they come and take on Oklahoma United FC. Again, it's the first home match in club history for this team in its inaugural expansion 2025 season. However, they've already played a couple of games on the road, and they wasted no time at all in terms of getting themselves on the board, getting points, getting goals, and getting wins. It's been 5 goals to start this season off. In their first game, that was a 5-1 win against these very same Vaqueros. These two teams already know each other. And again, in Fort Worth at W.O. Barnes Stadium, that was a pretty sizable victory for the expansion club in Oklahoma United. For Fort Worth, they did not start off well. It was their first match of the year as well, back on May 10th. However, since then, they weathered another blow, another 5 goals conceded against West Texas FC. However, their most recent match, they have started to turn things around, and well, maybe there's something to this. 2 home games to start the year. They lose those ones pretty sizably, but on the road they have found their footing. That was their most recent contest on Saturday, 3 days ago, against Arkansas Wolves. Won that one 3-0, and so it seems not only the defense, but also the attack are starting to click at the right time. Player to keep an eye on for Fort Worth, it's Parker Plaxco. He's got 3 goals in his first 3 matches this season. He did score the lone goal for Fort Worth in that 5-1 loss the last time these two played. Oklahoma United, led by Antonio Junior Barros as the head coach and technical director. He's got this team playing really high-flying, positive attacking football, and that's what they'll want to do mostly through their central striker. That's Abubakar Diallo, the Malian striker. He's a big target forward with the pace of a different type of player. He's got so many different abilities, and he is an all-around forward that really caused problems. Scored a double, had a brace in that last game against Vaqueros at their place. Oklahoma United will expect him to do something similar. Tavion Bear also has 3 goals on the year. He's scored in both matches this season, also has an assist to his name. More pregame action coming in a moment, and we will set you up, give you the starting lineups 10 minutes from now. It'll be the very first time you see Oklahoma United take the field in their home uniforms. Back in a moment. This is Oklahoma United Soccer, live on YouTube. Welcome back live at Chad Richardson Stadium here in Edmond, Oklahoma, the site of the first ever contest on home soil for Oklahoma United. As you see, Maya Johnson-Guess next to me blesses the booth with her presence. I'm Danny Catula. Listen, Maya, it has been so exciting for us to be kind of on the other side of how cool this has been, all of the behind-the-scenes work, and now we see it on the field, in the stands. Great energy. How are you feeling about it? What do you think about that? Well, I know you're pretty new to soccer. This is a new expedition for you, but I can tell you're really excited about the soccer too.
It's very new to me. I've been to a few soccer games this year, so I'm so into it.
You're learning what so many of us have been obsessed with for so long. On the field, anybody in particular you're excited to see? Yeah, Alexis, he has been fantastic. Very true. Well, we're excited to see Alexis in goal. So many other players. Starting lineup is next. Teams are out there just about ready for the anthem, so we'll take a break. Starting 11, final thoughts, and of course, the opening whistle. First 45 is all coming next. You're listening to Oklahoma United Soccer on YouTube.
And now, it's time to meet tonight's starting lineup. First, the Vaqueros of Work. Number 5, Brock Barbie. Number 4, Cameron Garcia. Number 18, Connor Bradford. Number 7, Francisco Jaramillo. Number 1, Henry Upstep. Number 6, Jesse Garcia. Number 3, Joseph Abraham. Number 20, Luis Nina Perez. 21, Marco Guzman. Number 19, Parker Blasco. Number 9, Joe Conway. Fourth was led by head coach Tony Rolla. And now, for the first time in club history, it's time to meet the starting 11 for your Oklahoma United. Goalkeeper from Belgium, number 1, Alexis Bertrand. Defender from Italy, number 2, Lorenzo Nardini. Defender from Brazil, number 29, Enrique Duarte. Defender from Barbados, number 25, Shea Prescott. Defender from England, number 16, Janti Clark. Midfielder from Japan, number 5, Keita Casino. Midfielder from France, number 6, Thomas Roulet. Midfielder from Ghana, number 44, Gideon Bosman Kwanzaa. At forward from Brazil, number 18, Bernardo Duarte. At forward from France, number 10, David Omar. At forward from Mali, number 22, Obu Diallo. United is led by Technical Director Antonio Barrow.
Oklahoma United players, and we can go ahead and give you the 11 starting in goal as he has in both previous matches this year. It's Alexis Bertrand from Avellay, Belgium. Applies his college trade at Oklahoma City University, as do many on this team. John T. Clark, Enrique Duarchi, Shea Prescott, and Lorenzo Nardini are the back four. Keita Kisino makes his first appearance. He could be a featured player. He'll wear the number 5 in midfield. Gideon Kwanzaa has been very important in a lot of ways that the stats don't show you. Thomas Brouet out of Brasil, France, will be the target man in terms of midfield. The attacking option in that midfield 3. And the forward lineup today on the right, David Ambert from France. Bernardo Duarchi will make his first appearance in the game. Yes, indeed. They are both brothers, twin brothers, playing on this very same team. Abubak Diallo from Sikasso Mali is the striker today. And then when you look at the visiting side, Fort Worth, this is what they'll put together. Henry Huffstetler wears the number 1. He is the goalkeeper. From left to right, defensive lineup is J.J. Abraham, Luis Pineda, Cameron Garcia, Brock Barbie, and Marco Guzman. It's a 5-back lineup. Something interesting, a bit of a change from last time, hoping to concede fewer than 5 goals. The last time these two met, it was a 5-1 win for Oklahoma United at W.O. Barnes Stadium in Fort Worth. Midfield 3 is Jesse Garfias, Connor Bradford, and Francisco Jaramillo. Up top, it's Joe Conway. He scored a goal in that 3-0 win over Arkansas Wolves, and then Parker Plaxco has 3. 3 starts, 3 goals. He scored 1, the only one for Vaqueros against Oklahoma United just a couple weeks ago. Well, with that, we're ready to go. You've got the starting 11 on both sides. Again, it's Oklahoma United and the Blues. They will kick off from here at Chad Richardson Stadium for the first time. Oklahoma's NPSL team ready to get going in the 2025 season here at home. It's a fantastic crowd. You can see the very edge of it below you here, and I can tell you it is awfully impressive the whole way down. Exciting times to be in Edmonds. Ready to go. It's Diallo there in the center circle, ready to get things going. Most likely it'll be Kisino directly behind him on the edge of that UCO center circle to receive it. Away we go. The whistle sounds. We are underway. Glad you're with us. Danny Katula with you in this live YouTube broadcast of Oklahoma United Soccer. Third matchup of the season, and this is something that you can get expected to seeing. And it'll be an early foul on Diallo, maybe a bit over-eager to win that ball back. But just in terms of that possession, United does not wait long to try to get forward, and every pass seems to be something positive. It's always got the attack in mind. This is something I've had a chance to talk to Coach Barros about at the helm of this Oklahoma United team. It's his first time managing an adult level team at this NPSL level. He has extensive experience at the youth level. Has been very successful here in the state of Oklahoma. Moved here for his own college soccer experience, as many of these players are experiencing now. And he's stuck around in Oklahoma ever since. At the coaching level of responsibility, he's been very impressive. That's a nice turn. And Plaxco lost it, but he nearly had a chance to break there. That's what Vaqueros will offer. They'll try the long ball quite often. And especially in this sort of formation, it's a direct change to what Coach Barros wants to do and what he was able to do effectively against Fort Worth the last time these two met. It was through balls the whole way through. And this is the sort of thing we'll see. Ambert will try to go through the center, and Diallo was the intended target. Didn't find him. Kwanzaa picks it up. There's numbers. This is Oklahoma United football. They get a lot of players forward. And look at this. Is this a penalty kick, or will it be just outside the box? That's what it looks like. I think it is the right decision. And it looks like Duarchi is also in a bit of pain. And this is a very promising opportunity for Oklahoma United early on, to say the least, entering the 3rd minute of play here. And Duarchi goes down under a pretty heavy challenge. Well, didn't really like it. Understandable. It did seem like a good decision, and it was close to being inside the box, but it seemed like proper placement as well from the referee crew. So here it is, one of the first early chances from a set piece. This tends to be David Ambert's domain. This time it won't be. He'll move off of it. From very close range. Target forward there in the area is Diallo. The big striker, and it goes. It was headed his way, but nicely defended. Cameron Garcia got ahead to it for Fort Worth, and that's away. Garcia did not appear last time these two faced each other. He has started on this back line every match since. On that right side, the far side from us, a throw in. It'll take a second to retrieve the ball from inside the goal. That's the one they decided they want to use. Again, Oklahoma United, perfect 6 points from 2 matches as they get it back in play. 2 wins, no losses or draws so far. Here's Kwanzaa trying to get one. And they laid it off to Duarte, but nothing doing there. The more attack-minded of the 2 twins. And now, well, speak of one, you get the other. That was Enrique Duarte, the Brazilians from Sao Paulo, who made that intervention, although it's still the yellow body streaming forward. That's a nice ball, and it's just offside by a hair. Did not like the decision on that far side. Parker Plaxco is the main man up front, and, well, usually you think of him as a goal scorer, but that time almost played provider. Impressive stuff from him. Well, it'll be a goal kick for Bertrand. Alexis Bertrand from Avale, Belgium, as we mentioned, previously played at the club level in UPSL in the 2024 spring season, which really in essence runs through the summer. Played with Inter Wichita in Kansas, north of here. Made 4 saves, just conceded 1 goal. 80% save ratio. In the previous contests, it was Keita Kisino, Japanese midfielder, who could not quite carry that through ball to fruition. Kisino from Nagasaki in Japan has not appeared yet this season, and that's a bit of a surprise. He's one of those guys who has fallen victim to exactly how much depth is in this Oklahoma United team. Really, you go beyond the 18 players eligible today, you could go to 25 or even 30, and these are starting level guys. It does take a lot of patience, a lot of resolve mentally to be at this sort of level and not get the starting minutes that maybe you expect, especially at another program. But Oklahoma United really spoiled with the depth that they have. Coach Barros has told me on a couple of occasions it's so difficult to choose. It's a good problem to have, of course. It's the best problem that you can have as a head coach, but some of those choices, some of those team sheets that he submits are so difficult. You've got so much talent and in so many different ways. There's a lot of different types of talent, especially there in midfield. Kisino finally proving he deserves to be in that sort of role. And partially it's been trying to get through the adversity of naturally being a defensive midfielder, but not quite having that size, that height to really disrupt in terms of aerial play. Found himself a spot as more of an 8 tonight. Defensive midfielder in a more classic sense will be Kwanzaa. Here's a shot and it's just wide. That wasn't far at all. And it was David Ambert. He did not waste any time. Scored 2 goals in the most recent contests. Let's take a look at how close he came to having 4 goals in 4 games. If we can pick that one up. Might have missed it. Going the other direction. Ooh, it is intercepted. Enrique Duarte was alert that time and able to clear it away. That's the best he could do. Taken off the ball expertly. Tamapule, that's what he does, disrupts, and he's really an attacking midfielder by trade, but has the size, the physicality of a defensive midfielder, very versatile. Dispute over where possession should go. It goes the way of Fort Worth, although they're going to have to retake this throw-in, as they did it in a bit too advanced of a fashion. Interesting to keep in mind, this is the first time we're seeing goalkeeper Henry Huffstetler, who nearly had to make his first save of the match. A shot from David Ambert just a moment ago went just wide. It's a touch for Brock Barbie, who ironically in the first half of that season opener against Oklahoma United was wearing pink cleats, and I don't know if that was purposeful necessarily, but fairly humorous from a pun standpoint. On the floor now is Vaquero. I'll try to see if we can confirm who that is somewhere in midfield. And it didn't seem like direct contact. Wasn't really involved in the play, so that can sometimes spell something muscular. Certainly hope not. It's often something a little more serious when you get a situation like that. It is Connor Bradford down there, his first season with the Vaqueros. Plays his college ball at St. Mary's, the D2 program in San Antonio, and they are going to decide this is of a high enough severity level to send out Oklahoma United's athletic trainer as well as Fort Worth head coach Tony Marola. And they will both take a look at Bradford and see if a substitution is warranted. Bradford actually took a gap year after finishing high school. He graduated out of the Barca residency program in Texas and took a year off in 2024 before starting his college career. He used it to play for the U19 MLS Next team with Barca residency. Grew up in the Dallas Metro like so many of these players did. It's very locally sourced for Fort Worth. Not only guys who play college in the area, but are born and raised from the DFW Metro. It's pretty cool to see. But Bradford actually finished his high school career, his junior and senior years in Arizona. Casa Grande, more specifically. Bradford will step off under his own power. You have to imagine he will be okay to carry on, and the fourth official will likely let him do just that momentarily. Good to see Bradford making his first start this season. Did not play in this contest back in Fort Worth a couple weeks ago. More recently, at Arkansas Wolves, he did register 35 minutes. Battle forward in midfield, and Fort Worth will win it, partially thanks to illegal contact there. It's Bernardo Duarchi who commits it. Duarchi's been awfully impressive. A season ago as a junior at Oklahoma City, made 10 starts, 20 total appearances, 5 goals and 5 assists, and another guy down. This time it would appear to be Francisco Jaramillo, and he'll get back up as well. Early on, avoiding a couple of injury scares. This ball goes through, and the knockdown found Plaxco for a moment. We've said his name already so many times. He's the guy to watch for a reason. Bradford sends it through and intercepted before Jaramillo could turn in a long ball. This is how quickly it can happen. Diallo falls, just missed getting on the end of that one, and he flashed that speed, that potential for a little bit. Diallo much older than most of the lineup really on both sides. A lot of these guys still in college or maybe just graduated from college this past season. Diallo stands out. He graduated from Oklahoma City as a senior in 2018. He was a third-team All-American that year in the NAIA ranks. He'll pressure the ball lightly now. Let's say Fort Worth possessing. Something interesting, Oklahoma United has scored a lot of goals this season. 9 in their first 2 contests after their win 2 days ago in an away contest against West Texas FC in Midland. So 9 goals this year, but in both their contests so far, they have been under 50% in possession, meaning their opposition have possessed the ball more than they have. So that's something we will see at times. Oh, how about that? That was ambitious. It was not exactly accurate. And that'll lead to a goal kick.
As a reminder, after today's match, they'll be allowed on the field.
And the goal kick to be taken by Huffstetler. Henry Huffstetler, like you mentioned, making his first appearance. It's his first year with the Vaqueros from Adams State. And he could be in for quite the opening test this year. Cross midfield, header won by Fort Worth. That has been a strong early point for them. Oklahoma United struggling to win balls in the air. That's been Fort Worth's expertise so far. And really impressive because Oklahoma United on the whole is a bigger team. A little bit more physically gifted, the majority of those guys, but Fort Worth finding a way to keep up with them. There's a nice turn. Jaramillo taken down in flamboyant fashion. This will be a free kick. Now 40 yards from goal. Not exactly shooting territory, but certainly potential to get forward quickly from here. Take a look at it. And that's the turn. Yeah, you see him just kind of fake a sideline turn, and he turns on the Jets. Knew exactly where the defender was behind him. It was a very clever play to draw that foul. Jaramillo, one of many on this team, coming from Lubbock Christian. The Chaparrals at the D2 level. Second year with the Vaqueros. 85 minutes of play for Jaramillo against Oklahoma United the last time these two matched up. Ambert with a touch, it kind of got away from him, and Fort Worth able to reclaim possession. Nice interception there from Quisino. We talked about him. Coach really wanting him to improve his aerial ability. You saw it right there. Probably one of the reasons we see him in the team today. Aside from just how impressively talented this guy is. Another OCU player, Quisino. Finished his senior season last year. Took a career-high 15 shots, but 5 on goal. Scored 1 as well. Far side, possession for Cameron Garcia, who goes to Brock Barbie. Yeah, well, it was listed as a 5-man back line, but in truth, both the wingbacks, if you will, you got Usman on one side and Abraham on the other. They're playing more like wingers, especially when they're in possession, and that's the sort of time when Vaqueros are a little bit lucky not to have given away a bigger opportunity, although you can say it for both sides. Enrique Larchi had to get creative to make sure he did not play Vaqueros in right on goal. Abraham will chase it and get beaten to it by Quanza. That's physical on both sides. Quanza comes away the victor, and it is cleared by Lorenzo Nardini off of J.J. Abraham. Goal kick to Oklahoma United. It really is a pretty facility. Chad Richardson Stadium, the home of the University of Central Oklahoma, the Broncos, spelled B-R-O-N-C-H-O-S, by the way. If you see those end zones, that's not a misspelling. That is how they spell Broncos here in Edmond. Cross midfield, Diallo got a header, but really only got a piece of it. And the other side able to possess the way they'd like to. I think that'll favor Fort Worth on the balance of things. Oklahoma United would like a cleaner game. They'll feel like they're the more skilled of the two sides. Fort Worth really dictating the pace of play early on. A lot of credit to them. And again, you look at that previous result, the 5-1 win for Oklahoma United, and you think, well, this would be a cakewalk, but certainly not. Vaqueros have really worked their way into the season. They look like almost a completely different team in terms of their defensive resiliency. The tactics have switched just a little bit. Some little tweaks here and there from Coach Marola, but more than that, I think it's a mentality thing. Heard it from the Vaqueros broadcast team in their contest so far this year. They've hosted 2 already. Matt Quinn, the play-by-play broadcaster over there. It's been very helpful in terms of getting information on this Vaqueros roster as well. Very much appreciate him. And his Vaqueros, well, they have come to play almost 20 minutes into this one, and hard to say that either side's been the better team. Although here's this, Brulé, he'll lay it off on Selfish, the French connection! Who else would it be? David Ambert! He's got the opener. He's got 4 on the season. This crowd is nuts. And while you think they want to finish, let's take a look at that Stomping Grounds market replay. Brilliant from David Ambert. We'll see if we can get a look at it here. I mean, obviously it's a great finish from Ambert, but Well, look at that layup from Thomas Brulé in midfield. He knew exactly where his teammate was. It was a perfectly weighted pass behind him. He did not try to go for glory all on his own. It's so common to see that inside the 18. Brulé knew to make the extra pass. He found it. And well, it's that simple. So just as we were saying, Fort Worth really playing some of their best football all year long. Well, it's still true, but the scoreboard doesn't show it. It's unfortunate for the visitors. They find themselves down a goal to nil. A piece of brilliance, but going the other way. Hold on a minute. Well, no mercy from the center referee. Maybe a bit ambitious of a look that time, but it was definitely a shot for the penalty.
Corner kick for Fort Worth.
Fort Worth will take this corner. See if they can get out of it. They're going to put quite a few bodies forward, but not really in the 6. A lot of them are kind of lurking around it. We'll see if they make their move. Two hands go up, and goes the corner. I don't think that's where they wanted to place it, although it'll go towards goal anyway. Rock Barbie made the best out of a bad situation. I don't really know if that was an attempt on goal. It worked out pretty dangerously, and it looked like a goal kick at first. They're going to change the decision and give it to Fort Worth to another corner. Let's take another look, see if we can play referee here. Well, I don't think we're quite going to get to. I mean, on first look, it appeared that that was the right decision. I was surprised they went with goal kick. I think they got it right now. Fort Worth will pull one in incredible fashion. At first, they wanted a handball. Second, they put things in their own hands. That was almost a Sports Center top 10 sort of highlight. Instead, it's blocked and cleared away, but that bicycle kick was something impressive. Fort Worth certainly not letting that goal concession get to their head. They are still playing solid football, although now they're going to have more defensive work to do. This is where they can struggle. They open themselves up so much in attack. Well, they get a little fortunate that time. John T. Clark let that first touch get away from him. So much more difficult of a thing to pull off, that one-touch control. It's a whole lot easier than it is. John T. Clark, another player who's making his first appearance this year. These sorts of players that, if you followed Oklahoma United in their away matches so far this year, you won't really know much about them, but impressively talented players, and they're getting their chance. And the fact that Oklahoma United needs fresh bodies. Most of these guys played 2 days ago on the road, so not only 48 hours ago they played a full 90 minutes, but then beyond that they had to travel home. And we're going to see a goal kick here. No foul. Two players will just exchange pleasantries and continue on. Nothing harmful there. Enrique Duarchi was the Oklahoma United player who went down. To see it one more time, that little Shea Prescott is actually the guy who goes down there. So a goal kick for Bertrand. He's already on his way down, at least from my view there, and so go. Free kick from a dangerous position. Oklahoma United already up a goal to nil. It's on there. Set piece specialist goes with the right. He'll go for goal. Not far away at all. That's a decent effort. Awfully close to the second goal of the match, and it was almost the second brace of the season for David Ambert. He's been so impressive. Assists in both his matches so far. Goals in both his matches so far. A team-leading 5 goal contributions. Ambert has been doing this at various levels, especially in college. 12 goals a season ago, 12 assists. Both were team leads. Sorry, the assists were. Only beaten in goals by Marco Alonji, who starts on the bench for Oklahoma United today. And all the best players at OCU, Oklahoma City University, are playing here with Oklahoma United. This is a nice pickup on the right side to action. He'll play it back. A chance to cross for Nardini. He'll play backwards instead. And he'll go all the way back to the center back. Shane Prescott. Right side. Give and go. It's nice passing. And going over the top, a beautiful chip. It's found Rachi. Can he finish? Turns. Excellent defending. Parby not only comes in for the tackle, but gets up before anybody. Maybe there was a foul at the end there, but everything else was squeaky clean. That is textbook defending. Involved there, and Cameron Garcia, I believe, is the one who sees it out. Awfully impressive from the back line, and that's the sort of difference. Although here's another chance. Diallo, so hard to stop in the box. This time he's forced to pass. It was dangerous across the face of goal, but Ambert could not get on the end of it. That's not a sentence to say often. Kwanzaa, Gideon Bossman Kwanzaa finds Diallo, wants a shot, he takes it, but he's blocked. Luis Pineda got there first. Battle for it, both sides. And it is picked up by Barbie there. Barbie, a Montevallo Falcon. Like many of these Fort Worth players playing at the D2 level right now. Graduate of Cleburne High School. It's about as local as it comes for Fort Worth. I consider anybody in the Metro to be a local product, but that's Fort Worth city limits. Nice layoff. Comes from Plaxco. Chance from the right wing to put it in the center, and I think that's intended to be a pass from Jaramillo. He will say that it was. Whether or not that's the truth, I really do think that it was, though, for Parker Plaxco trying to find him. On the give and go, didn't quite work. Oh, a little bit out of control, and this could be problematic 4v3 if they play it right. The shot is high and wide. And Oklahoma United, in truth, let off the hook. A really good chance there. Out of nothing, just an error in possession. This is something that Coach Barros has really been working on with his team, trying to improve it, and it takes time with a new team, but it's trying to balance risk versus reward. That's something, some phrasing that he used quite a bit in training sessions I've been able to attend, pre-game meetings, things like that. Taking risks and being attacking and offensive, but at the same time knowing that what you're risking is really worth what you're getting out of it. In that sort of situation, maybe it was not worth it. Of course, it works out okay. Oklahoma United need to count their lucky stars. Although here's Jaramillo with revenge on his mind. Missed the earlier chance. Now it's Joe Conway sending it in far post. Abraham denied the ball at first. Intercepted by Nardini, but it does find Abraham eventually anyway. Taken off the ball is Pineda. Going the other way. Look at the work rate from Diallo. Gets it back in his own half. Streaking forward in the other half. Now it finds Boulet. Boulet. He'll be unselfish again. And Diallo misses it wide. It was not far away at all. And if it had not been for a slight deflection, maybe it's 2-0 with 2 assists from Boulet. 28th minute of play. It's still Oklahoma United ahead by a score of 1-0. Don't forget at halftime to stick around. We'll have live halftime coverage. Halftime show will start with Maya Johnson guests, who you heard in pregame. Checking in with Coach Antonio Vaqueros to get his thoughts on the first half of proceedings. Maybe a preview as to what changes to expect for the second half as well. Excited to hear from Coach. And we'll have analysis of these first 45 minutes up here in the booth. Ball, and that is inch perfect. It finds J.J. Abraham. Abraham is dispossessed, but it did touch Oklahoma United last. This will be a Fort Worth throw. J.J. Abraham is a name we've mentioned quite a bit really in this first half. He's a defender naturally, but I mentioned it earlier on. These two wingbacks are really much more attacking than your classic defender. That's a one-touch cross. Spelled trouble, but Bertrand comes out and claims it before anything untoward could happen. Abraham, though, 76 minutes, lost to Oklahoma United on May 10th. In the most recent contest at Arkansas Wolves, played in 80 minutes, and so was awarded a clean sheet for having started on that back line. He did not concede a goal, of course. They have conceded one already to the highest scoring teams in the league thus far. And it's OKUFC and Lubbock Matadors, the two teams in the Lone Star Conference who are perfect, although Lubbock has played 3. Oklahoma United have only played 2. So it's Lubbock with 9 points leading the conference standings. The top 4 of 7 reach the playoffs. Not a great giveaway. Trying to clear it. Finds Duarchi. Bernardo Duarchi. Great pass. On a barrel. The post denies it. Another chance. Clark. Excellent save. Henry Huffstetler. Looking like a veteran. Gotta take another look at that. It certainly warrants a stop and bounce market replay. And this, that second chance was really the one that John T. Clark thought he had. Bear denied by the post just before that. Corner kick coming. And it'll be Thomas Bouret to send it in. One of the players with past NPSL experience. And it goes back post. Beautifully curled. Dealt with for now at the back post by Fort Worth. In the corner, this is Kwanzaa. He's knocked down. Excellent challenge. Cameron Garcia has been up to every defensive task so far. Impressive work on the back line there. He slid in.
It's another Aaron Nails corner for Oklahoma United.
Impressive, to be honest, but in a very controlled fashion. But it will yield another corner kick here. Oklahoma United looking for some insurance via a second goal. Parried by Huffstetler. Maybe another chance. No shot. Instead, it's played out to the wing. Bear curls one in. Huffstetler again parries away. Nice punch. And now Vaqueros could go the other direction. Look at all the space. Acres to work with. Abraham sends it forward. And not on the same page at all. In fact, some angry gesticulation between Abraham, who passed it, and Jaramillo, who was trying to pass it too. They were not aligned in their thinking. Shea Prescott from Barbados, and not only is he from Barbados, he's actually represented the Barbados national football team on 4 occasions. He has 4 national team caps. That's something that not a lot of players at any level in the world get to say they were able to do. Prescott coming from Bridgetown in Barbados, the capital city of that Caribbean island nation, known as the Bajan Tridents, or you'll hear the Bajan Braves sometimes, the Barbados national soccer team. Made his debut with them at the ripe young age of 17. They're currently in the second round of 2026 World Cup qualifying. It's a bit of a long shot right now. It's a tough group, but if they really turn things around in the qualification table, it is not mathematically impossible that It's Jay Prescott in Barbados here in the United States. Next year in the 2026 World Cup, that is not an impossibility. Pretty cool to consider exactly how close Prescott is to something so prestigious as a World Cup appearance. He really is that talented. Been awfully impressive in college as well. Another one of those Oklahoma City stars. Stars in both a literal and a metaphorical sense. SCU's mascot is the Stars, for those who aren't familiar, in the AIA program. Made 18 starts a season ago in his junior campaign, newcomer of the year at OCU. Ooh, this looks a little bit chippy, and it is indeed the first yellow card of the match. 34th minute, it is distributed to Joe Conway. A forwards challenge, it's called. Particularly controlled. Yeah, that's Conway being maybe a little bit inexperienced on the defensive side of this. A little bit overeager to try to win that ball back. And sees that replay back. It's probably what I want that. I say that as somebody who has absolutely felt that way in my own much less illustrious playing career. Field, battle for it. Couple of blue shirts come in to help out, but it doesn't work out. Nice hold-up play from Parker Plaxco. Plaxco doing a bit of everything. It's probably not a great sign for Vaqueros when he has to get back to that midfield circle. It's impressive work from him, of course. It's the high work rate you want to see from the striker, but ideally, if things are working the way they should be for Fort Worth, they'll be in the final third on the end of passes. Of course, Oklahoma United are that sort of team that really thwarts your plans quite often. Conway with a glancing header. Back to the box, right flank. A little bit of trouble, but sorting it out. And that one's cleared away out of play. It'll be a corner kick here. Marco Guzman earns it. He'll step out of the picture. Not often we've seen him all the way back on the back line here, but that's where he'll go. They'll set things up for a corner kick. Opportunity from the corner flag, right side. It's chipped in there. Really high lots of time for both sides to organize themselves. Slightly misplayed there in midfield by J.J. Abraham, but absolutely no pressure on him. He'll get it away. Prescott, man, that's what he does. Physical body in there. Deceptively speedy. His physicality really second to none. There's a reason he has earned himself 4 caps for the Barbados national team. His all-conference first team as well a season ago, along with being newcomer of the year in the Sooner Athletic Conference. Kwanzaa, oh, he thought he had help behind him. He did not. Gave it to Conway instead. Although Conway will return the favor. Oklahoma United will get it right back. Dante Clark. Quick touch from Casino. Ochon. Prescott has to hold up a little bit to wait for that pass to arrive to him. He'll take his time anyway. Duarchi. Duarchi was started and played in every minute of the season so far, but for the first time, his brother will join him. Bernardo playing right wing. Left side now, this is Jallo. Jallo gets around one, and he was taken down. Brock Barbie, the one who got him. He has 3 starts and 3 contests. Sees a Man United
big shout out and thank you to Nike Factory Store located at OK Outlet
for Barbie's sake.
United FC.
Withhold any comments on
movement
continues. Not been the best of campaigns. Much more successful this far for Oklahoma United. 7 shots for the home side. Vaqueros will go the other direction. Barbie goes long, and, well, it took maybe a bit of a push, in all honesty, from Enrique Duarte. But physical enough to get the job done and win the ball back. He sees the ball now. Duarte. Through ball. Diallo looks onside. We'll find out. Yeah, the flag stays down. Diallo holding the play up, working on Barbie. Turns. That's incredible. Although his shot is blocked. Looked like Guzman who got there to stop it in time. Still with Oklahoma United. Great cross in. It was Brule who almost got himself a second assist of this match, and we've said that a couple of times. This is going to be a foul in midfield. Shea Prescott picks it up, and, well, Prescott, along with being a bully of a defender, so tough to beat, very impressive at college and international level. He also has a propensity for cards. In his college career, he's picked up 12 yellows and 2 reds. Already has a yellow card this season for Oklahoma United as well. Offside is the decision. It was a fairly easy one right in front of the assistant referee there. Guzman, the guilty party. Diallo got it quickly and finds Brule. He's been involved in a lot of what's been good for Oklahoma United. This 1-0 lead has a lot to do with him. It is his assist after all. Here's Kwanzaa. Gideon Bossman Kwanzaa. And Bossman is not just a nickname, it's part of his full legal name, and it's highly accurate. He is a boss out there. Diallo tries to turn, finds Brule, the dummy, but nobody behind him. Would have worked out nicely if he had the help he thought he did. Nardini, he'll get forward. The Italian, what's he got on offer? Finds Duarte, Bernardo Duarte looking around. Back to Nardini. Not a lot of space to work with. Nardini knocks it off a defender, gets it right back, and lost it off another deflection. Quisino missed the challenge. Other direction. Not a lot of manpower forward for the visitors in yellow, but they will keep possession. And that thanks to Jaramillo. Jaramillo started the game against Oklahoma United, played 85 minutes, but was much more successful coming off the bench in the most recent contest at Arkansas Wolves. He had 2 of Fort Worth's 3 goals in that one, his only 2 goals of the year. Played in just 25 minutes and had a brace off the bench. Both nearly coming at the end of the match. It was already Fort Worth up 1-0. But those 2 goals served as insurance away from home at Burns Park in Arkansas. And that could be a really important victory, in all honesty, in the fight for that 4th and final playoff spot, I should say. Because we've seen early on indications that your top 3 teams are going to be Lubbock, who are 3 for 3, 3 wins. No dropped points yet. Oklahoma United with the same record, just with 1 less match played. West Texas FC have a couple of wins already, and they've only lost to Oklahoma United 4-3 at home. How about this? Other direction, Fort Worth trying to spoil the party in the home opener. Excellent layoff, but Bertrand is there to save it. An ovation is what he deserves and what he gets. Corner kick to come. Fort Worth still challenging, still threatening, but this was a glorious chance. It really should be 1-1. Bertrand robs this one from the back of the net. It's an excellent ball, unselfish, exactly the way you want to space it out. Jaramillo was in great position, just could not finish it. Bertrand had a lot to do with it. He'll punch it away again. Alexis Bertrand has not been a busy man in these first 2 contests of the year, particularly when these 2 teams played in Fort Worth. And he did just concede the 1 goal. He's been a lot more active this evening. He'll punch away again, and that's going to fall fortuitously. Well, it did to Guzman, but he did not get the resulting kick right. I don't know if that was a shot or a pass. Neither one worked out because Joe Conway, who linked up on the end of it, was offside. Two more minutes until we see what stoppage time there is and hit the midway points. Long ball to midfield. Kwanzaa was trying to create some space for himself. He couldn't. And then a foul in midfield. It'll be Oklahoma United possession. Hearing preliminary reports, not confirmed yet, but we're thinking it'll be 1 minute of stoppage time in the first half. Across midfield, Kwanzaa again loses out. Barbie's been tough to stop. Through ball, oh, a couple of players were in the area, but neither one was perfectly placed to get on the end of Plaxco's pass. Kwanzaa had a lot of the ball recently. Ambert. The turn, Diallo lost it for a moment, got it back, went down, gets back up, and ends up losing it anyway to Plaxco. Parker Plaxco doing a little bit of everything. He was injured in the first match of the season in 2024. It's his 4th year technically with the Vaqueros, but last year was mostly a wash. He missed pretty much the entire Vaqueros summer. Safe to say he's very glad to be back. Really excited to have another shot at a summer here in Fort Worth. One of the well-known names. That's something that you heard pretty consistently on the broadcast, particularly from color commentator Megan Southern. She is particularly impressed if you've watched a Fort Worth broadcast this year with Parker Plaxco's exploits. And to be fair, they are impressive. That is a very entertaining crew. If you're looking for more NPSL soccer to watch this summer and Oklahoma United's off, that's some good entertainment. I would turn that one on YouTube. Barbie across midfield. That's a really good find. Excellent vision. And players streaming forward in yellow. None of them will get on the end of that. Not at all what Vaqueros had planned. Excellent interception the other way, though. Diallo wanted it in behind. They tried to go direct to him. Barbie dispossessed. And Oklahoma United thinks it's their ball, and the referee crew concurs. Confirmation, it is a minute of added time here in this first half. John T. Clark will be the one to throw it in. Cheltenham, England native. He's one of a few who isn't really local to Oklahoma by birth or by college, although he did start at Rose State his first 2 years, local community college here, where a lot of these guys got their starts. Most recently at Franklin Pierce. Well, that'll do it for the first half, and that means we get to head to the sidelines and hear from Maya Johnson-Guess, as we will go to her momentarily. Gonna see if she can get connected with Coach Barros down there. But again, it's 1-0, 45 minutes done. And we will try and get that set up. And, well, Coach is out there. I think Maya's out there ready to go too. Just gonna get the camera. And, well, still going to try to work through some technical difficulties, I think, on that. And we may not be able to bring you that. Hold on, we're still working on it. Apologies for some kinks we are working out in this first broadcast of the season, of course. And we are indeed going to go ahead and send you to a quick break, so we'll be back with halftime analysis. Don't go away. Halftime show's coming up next. We will run you through how we got to this 1-0 scoreline at the midway point of this contest. For now, it's Oklahoma United leading this one 1-0 in front of a raucous home crowd. It is quite the home opener, and we will see you on the other side of this short break. This is Oklahoma United Soccer, live on YouTube. Welcome back, everybody. Well, things are getting exciting down there on the touchline. And, well, if you didn't know exactly how well attended this match is from the earlier shots. Well, you can see it now, and well, you can see me now. Danny Cthulhu with you with halftime coverage. It is 1-0 if you're just joining us. Oklahoma United leading the visiting Vaqueros of Fort Worth. It was a goal from David Ambert. That is something that I will say a lot over the course of this season. Ambert's already got 4 for the year, and he christens Chad Richardson Stadium with the first one for Oklahoma United in this venue here on the campus of the University of Central Oklahoma, assisted by Thomas Brulé. That's a French connection, grabbing that opening goal of the match, and the only one so far. And well, it'll be interesting in terms of how Fort Worth continues to respond, because that initial response, awfully impressive. You look at the way that they were really continuing to be strong defensively. That's something that teams can often get trapped in, as you give up that first goal and you start to drop your head, or you start to try and go the other direction and go so all out in attack to respond immediately. Fort Worth did neither of those things, and they were honestly just as capable of finding an equalizer as Oklahoma United were in terms of finding a second goal. So certainly not over by any stretch. Take a look at some of the halftime stats. Very big thank you to Devin Williams for providing those here in the booth. Look at shots. Well, for Oklahoma United, perhaps expectedly, they put a lot of shots together. They do lead the shot count by a total of 8-4. And when we've talked about possession, Oklahoma United being on the shorter end of possession so far this season, not the case in this first half. 60% possession belonging to the home side, just 40% for Fort Worth. Oklahoma United with 8 total shots, Fort Worth with 4. Fort Worth put 2 of their 4 shots on target. That one towards the end of the first half especially is one that jogs the memory. Awfully impressive effort from Francisco Jaramillo when he was in close range. Only the keeper to beat, and the keeper's the only person he didn't beat. Alexis Bertrand was up to the task and was able to parry that one wide for a corner. And speaking of corners, Fort Worth has had the bulk of those. 4 to Oklahoma United's 2. 5 fouls on Oklahoma United, 6 charged against the Vaqueros of Fort Worth. One place where it's been particularly lopsided. 3 offsides flags going against Fort Worth. Oklahoma United has held their run successfully up to now. No offsides as of this point. Those are your halftime stats. A little bit of analysis. When we come back, we'll preview what the second half will look like, take a look at the rest of the Lone Star Conference, and get you set up for this second half of action. More coming right where you are. Don't leave. This is Oklahoma United FC Soccer, NPSL Lone Star Conference regular season action, right here live on YouTube. Welcome back. Halftime coverage continuing. It's Oklahoma United 1, Fort Worth Vaqueros 0. And let's go ahead and take you through the replay of how we got through this first half. That was the goal earlier on. That excellent layoff from Thomas Brulé. One last look at it. That's just so unselfish. He finds the man to finish all off, David Ambert. He's been that sort of guy all season long. That was that early goal in the 12th minute, leading Oklahoma United to the 1-0 advantage. And, of course, that's been the only scoring, but certainly not the only action in this first frame. From this left wing especially, a lot of attacking chances have come. John T. Clark maneuvering himself forward a couple of times. That one, he was fouled, led to a pretty interesting free kick, although really the set pieces have not been particularly decisive from Oklahoma United. If you can pick apart that first half and what you'd like to see change, perhaps. They've been fouled a few times, just haven't found a way to take advantage of them. But they do, once again, lead 1-0. Maya Johnson-Guest down there getting everybody hype, and it is certainly hype. She is succeeding in that mission. Not only is it the success on the field, Oklahoma United leading 1-0, but the fan engagement's been great, all the halftime action. And, well, it's just about to conclude. So another minute break, and we will be right back. Second half of action coming in just a second. We'll let you know if there's any halftime changes and get you going with the first kick of the second half. All that in a moment right here on YouTube. Don't go away. We are back. Fort Worth out there ready to go. Oklahoma United should be soon to follow. It is 1-0 the advantage. Oklahoma United ahead in their inaugural season, the home opener, third contest of the year. And, well, they are 45 minutes away from making it 3 wins in 3 tries. It would put them tied with Lubbock Matadors at the top of the conference standings. They've already knocked off West Texas FC in the first of 2 games against them. They are the reigning conference champions. Then Diablo's the only team, by the way, out of the Lone Star Conference to ever win the NPSL national title. They are no longer in the league. He also had Tulsa Athletic in the state of Oklahoma, previously in the NPSL back in 2023. They won the national title. They are no longer in the league either. Still a lot of talent in this league remaining, though, and Oklahoma United looking to prove its talent is superior for the second time against Fort Worth Vaqueros this season. The last time these two will face each other unless they meet in the conference playoffs. So a little bit of bragging rights at stake here. And of course, Oklahoma United will want to confirm this winning result and get their existence here at home off to a perfect start. Well, with that, we'll send you back to the pitch. We're ready to go as Fort Worth Vaqueros now hold the honors to get us kicked off in the second half here. Oklahoma United in their circle. And no changes that we know of so far. If we get word of any, we will be sure to alert you. Does look like the same 11 as last time, though. Just as a reminder for the visitors, Marco Guzman is the right back. Brock Barbie, Cameron Garcia, and Luis Pineda are the left and center backs. J.J. Abraham, wing back who has become a forward in most circumstances, especially when they're in possession. Francisco Aramijo, Connor Radford, and Jesse Garfias are the central midfielders. Up top, it's Joe Conway, and the man, the myth, the legend, Parker Plaxco. And going the other way as we kick this second half off, Lorenzo Nardini is out there defending early on. He'll win his side a throw-in. He's joined by Shea Prescott, Enrique Duarte, and Jonty Clark. The defensive line playing in front of goalkeeper Alexis Bertrand. Keita Kisino and Gideon Bossman Kwanzaa are the defensive options in midfield. Thomas Brulé has the assists so far in this one. He's the attacking midfielder, and up top it's a three-pronged attack. Bernardo Duarte on one side, opposite him David Ambert, and it's Aboubak Diallo, the striker today. Errant touch in midfield. Oh, that's clever. The opposite of errant. Brulé has been so impressive. Kwanzaa moves it out left. Ambert, goal scorer so far. Brulé back to Ambert. Now it's Kisino. He's in some space. He'll find Bernardo Duarte. Duarte has this one deflected off of Abraham. It took a heavy touch off his head. Abraham has to get back and defend. Crossed into the center with some verve, but it's kicked out. Stays with Duarte and now intercepted. Wow, it's number 19 again, Parker Plaxco. Been involved in every phase of play. Somewhere in there, there was a foul on Oklahoma United. And so it'll be Vaqueros' possession. Must have been somewhere in the buildup of play there. Last bit of contact came from Fort Worth, I think before that. There must have been a foul on the boys in blue. Stompin' Grounds Markets, the shirt sponsor for these home strips. As J.J. Abraham, oh, he's been taken off because he got hit in the head earlier. I did wonder if they were going to try to stop the match to get him treated. There's certain concussion protocols you've got to undergo. And so they are undergoing those now. I don't know if the referee crew is going to... Yeah, they're going to just restart the game and force Fort Worth to play with 10 men for a while. In the center of the park, well, that's tricky dribbling. Vaqueros going the other way in the attacking third and moving back out of it. Guzman will find Cam Garcia. Garcia looking around. That's a deep through ball, and it finds Abraham. Perfect weight on that one. Abraham crosses. That one swallowed up by Nardini. And now a foul. It'll go United's way. Shea Prescott looks like he'll be the one to take this free kick. And he'll just go safely to his goalkeeper, Bertrand. Bertrand again, the Belgian. 7 clean sheets for OCU a season ago as a junior. .84 goals against average, giving up less than a goal per match. Nardini gets it back. Ooh, the nutmeg. Parker Plaxco. And now he can only foul Keita Kisino. For whatever reason, Francisco Jaramillo decided the ball was still live. Thomas Brulé will play it from right to left. What a touch that is to bring it down from the stratosphere by David Ambert. But despite the fact that he goes down, he'll commit the foul first. Goes Fort Worth's way. Henry Huffstetler will get a touch. Here's Barbie. Finds the safe option in Joe Conway, and this is a nice period of passing from Vaqueros. Plaxco knocked off the ball. No trouble. He'll get right back on it. weathers a challenge, lays it off. Jaramillo had a point-blank chance in the first half. He'll try again. And this one's way over the bar. Last time denied by an excellent save from Bertrand. This time, just couldn't keep it down. It was a decent look, though. As we enter the 50th minute, that count you see in the bottom left of your screen is the second half count. 5 minutes into the second period of play. Long ball. Oh, Diallo missed it, but it almost worked out nicely, and I think it will. How about this? One-on-one, lays it off. It's just Humbert, has to finish. Makes the keeper miss. Oh, he tried a little bit too hard. Did not have the time that he thought he did. Hufstetler, got to give him a lot of credit because he came back into position when it looked like he was sorely beaten. Now it's Plaxco, problem man on the other end for Vaqueros. Lays it off. There's a look there for Guzman, and it's played in the center by Plaxco, picked up by Bertrand. Well, we thought Alexi was busy in the first half. He's been even busier in these first 6 minutes of the second frame. Bernardo Duarte. Duarte coming from Brazil, Sao Paulo to be specific. One of the more underrated cities, one of the biggest cities in the world in terms of population. Brazil's got 2 in the world top 10. Sao Paulo's one of them. That bright red hair of Cameron Garcia. Hufstetler. Now it's Bradford. Connor Bradford, the St. Mary's Rattler, will go long. Abraham, if he's onside, has some space to work with. He'll try to go one-on-one with Nardini, faces him up, searches for options. Now he'll just go backwards. That was the safe choice. Here's Luis Pineda. Bradford found Jesse Garfias at Concordia, the Tornadoes D3 school in Austin, Texas. Pineda and Garfias are both Tornadoes. Garfias was the team captain and has been an all-conference selection in both his first 2 seasons. As an underclassman, Garfias has been very impressive at the collegiate level. Duarte. Bernardo Duarte will find Nardini, the Italian. Quisino, the lone Asian representative on this Oklahoma United roster. All 6 habitable continents represented, Antarctica, of course, not included. All the other 6 continents on this globe have an Oklahoma United representative. And, well, the vast majority represented, if not all of them, here in this lineup. I think, ironically, it's North America that's not represented. A couple Brazilians in South America. And technically, if you want to call Barbados in the Caribbean North America, you could say it's all 6. Quisino from Japan. Poulet and Humbert from France. Jonty Clark from England. Belgian goalkeeper Bertrand representing Europe. Aboubak Diallo representing Africa. Diallo's been so impressive at every stop. Again, he's more of a seasoned veteran than the majority of these guys. Most recently, he was playing indoor soccer and excelling with OKC certified Lions here in the city. Before that, played 4 seasons with Tulsa Athletic, including being a part of their 2023 national title campaign. Fell in midfield here, and the referee just getting involved, having a conversation or two to try to quell some potential fires before they start. It looks like Oklahoma United already preparing a change. They've had guys warming up there for a little while. And this is a guy who it's honestly surprising to see starting on the bench. Louis Bassett wearing the number 90. Could see him in soon. We could see him in a tie game soon. Here come Fort Worth. They're crashing forward with a vengeance. Plaxco won't be denied. Commits a foul there at the end. He was not going to let anything stop him, leaving fallen United bodies in his wake. He did commit a foul in that process, though, so it won't amount to much. Not on the score sheet anyway. And we will see a substitution. It's a double change. as not only do we see Louis Bassett check in, but Jared McKechnie. And, well, that was the missing continent. We were talking about it. McKechnie from Wellington, New Zealand, represents Australia and Oceania. And that's all 6 represented tonight. How about that? Just as we say it. Let's see who steps off, though, as there's a United player down for the moment. And it looks like it's Duarchi. So the right winger replaced. And that's where Bassett will go. He's a tricky dribbler, kind of a dribble-first wide player. Can play in midfield as well. And the other change, Keita Kisino making his first appearance this year. He was highly, highly touted coming in. We've seen why. In these 55 minutes of play, he's replaced. He's done his duty for the night. Jared McKechnie, the New Zealander, replaces him. No appearance in that first contest of the year. He had only just arrived a couple nights before to Oklahoma City. Had to finish up his semester in college. But on the 25th, that match 2 days ago, the 4-3 win over West Texas. Played 78 minutes, started that match. Last year in the summer, played in USL League 2 with West Virginia United. Before that, he took kind of a year off from collegiate soccer in the U.S. Spent his first 2 years in Lynchburg, Virginia, the Virginia Highlands there, with Liberty University. Was a Flame for his freshman and sophomore seasons. 24 appearances. But he went back home to his boyhood club in New Zealand, Ole FA, in 2023. He was a coach for them back home. Club he started with all the way at 13 years old. After the year back home in New Zealand, he found his way back to the U.S., playing at the D2 level with Midwestern State last season as a junior. That one's out of play off the chest of Kwanzaa. Throw in coming. Fort Worth yet to make a substitution, although they will get their bench going through their paces. Garfias. Nice switch. Space out there. Although not a whole lot of personnel to work with. They'll go backwards and find Bradford. Bradford back post. This is offside once again. And that offside count's getting awfully high at this point. It has been Jaramillo trying to get forward on many an occasion, and he's just done so a little bit too quickly. Oklahoma United yet to register a shot in this second half. Introduction of Bassett in particular could help Coach Barros and this United team change that. Well, and here comes another high-profile substitution. Crazy they get to bring these sorts of players on off the bench with fresh legs. It's going to be Tyler Aka-Wheatcroft. You'll see him at the bottom of your screen in a moment. The number 13 is going to check in soon, coming from Liverpool, England. Meanwhile, it's John T. Clark on the left side. It's very possible that Aka-Wheatcroft will come in for John T. Clark. Englishman replacing another one. Here is Clark. Ooh, it's behind him, and Clark will certainly hope that's not his last action of the match. Not the way he will want to finish. Let's see. In comes Aka-Wheatcroft, and in fact, well, I think he just came on to replace somebody who was already off. I'm not sure. I don't see Shea Prescott out there right now. I'm not sure if he came off for injury a moment ago or what happened there, but Aka-Wheatcroft just checks right in. So in he goes. For now, it's going to be Prescott, we'll say, is out. Meanwhile, it's still Fort Worth creating the bulk of the chances. They look like a side who really needs a goal. Going down. Oh, there's a foul here. It's just outside the box. United a little fortunate by that placement. It was awfully close. Let's see if we get another look at this one here on the Stop and Grounds Market replay. Just on the edge of the box. It was very, very close. Free kick coming. And, well, there's about half the team over it right now. They start to disperse. No idea who's going to take this. for the Vaqueros.
The essential and exclusive shop for those who love for shoes and fashion. From rare Jordans to Oklahoma United's
Let's take a look at this,
experience is sure.
because Oklahoma United's wall is, I think, just 3 in there.
The teams are winning in Yukon is the perfect place to stay for gifting, business associates.
And so you've got Jaramillo over it. He could take it with his right. I doubt he'll do that. The better angle is there on the far side. See what they decide. And it goes directly at goal. Bertrand has been there all night long, and he continues to be. He's been a wall. He'll roll it out. McKechnie, first couple of touches, finds Bassett, who's similarly breaking into this game. Duarchi. Ricky Duarchi finds Diallo in his own half, way back. Duarchi again. Bertrand. Switch of play, here's John T. Clark. Took him a lot of time to receive that ball. Now we'll play it across midfield. First time play from Brule. That was smooth. Give and go. Like butter. Look at this. Chance to cross it. Cuts back. Brule. Well, they were getting a little handsy. And it looks like there's a whistle in response. Seemed like the proper decision. And Cameron Garcia is going to go out and argue it. The referee's having none of it. Past the hour mark in this one, 61st minute of play. Still Oklahoma United by that 1-0 advantage, but it's looking more and more precarious as we continue on at this 1-0 scoreline. Fort Worth fighting hard and really feeling like they've got a shot to go and get a point out of this, and what a point it would be for the visiting Vaqueros. Here it is from the left side, cross coming in, and there was some chaos there, but it touches Oklahoma United last. Nothing comes of it. It's a good effort. But a good effort is all that it turns out to be. 6 shots now for Fort Worth, 2 of them coming so far in the second half. Oklahoma United still yet to register a second half shot attempt. Aka Wheatcroft will pick it up. Oh, played it back a little bit dangerously, and Alexis Bertrand's going to play with fire. He'll give it away. Thankfully, for Oklahoma United, it careens off of Tyler Aka Wheatcroft. That still didn't go out of bounds, so it's still in play. Here's a through ball for Conway, trying to chip the keeper, and it was wide. Tony Marola on the Fort Worth sideline, head and hands, so close, and he knows it. Bertrand will get this one back in quickly. Looks like Vaqueros are set to make a change as well. I'll try and confirm who that is here on this near side. They're talking about it there. Meantime, not a whole lot doing there. Juanza tries to keep that play alive and had to commit a foul to do so. And well, it appears, I'm trying to figure out who this change is. Hearing that it's going to be Rogers. And then he will check in. It's Connor Rogers. Did not play in the previous game against Oklahoma United, as a foul goes against OKUFC there. Sorry, it will go their way. It'll be United ball. Rogers did appear in the most recent game at Arkansas. 55 minutes off the bench. And he's not come in quite yet, but it seems like who they're going to go with. Left side, Clark. Brule, always an option there in midfield. That was not what he wanted to do with it, though. Still not ready to get Rogers in there quite yet. A defender, which is interesting. You would think that Fort Worth would try to employ a more attacking strategy, being down a goal. That's not what they'll do quite yet. This is no time to throw in the kitchen sink in their minds. The goalkeeper all the way outside of his box. Henry Huffstetler that time. Being a little dangerous with it. Alexi Bertrand did the same thing just a couple minutes ago on his side of things. High risk. Great touch from Brulé. And now it's Bassett. He is a dangerous man on the ball. Look at this. He gets around one. Abraham recovers and keeps it from being two. Bassett was off to the races. Oklahoma United, for context, has taken 13.5 shots per match. They've put 7 per match on target in their first 2 contests. They have not taken a shot in 20 minutes of second half action yet. We're almost halfway through. 65 minutes in. And still not even an attempt from Oklahoma United right now. Fort Worth has been playing excellent defensive soccer. Here's Bassett trying to change all that. One goal would really put him in good position. Bassett, so quick. Kwanzaa moves it out right. Here's Brulé. Thomas Brulé looking, searches for an option. Nardini will go first time. Couple of options there. And a chance. Oh, did that cross the line? They're gonna say no. Unreal effort, whether it counts or not. We've got to see another look at that. Gotta have a stomping grounds replay to see that one more time. Goodness gracious, that was so close. Here it is. Kwanzaa with a great move out wide. And Brulé, as he always does, makes the right decision. Nardini, a great whipped ball in here. And this is where it gets crazy. What an effort that is. Oh, it just skyrockets off the bar. And it is a great decision not to allow the goal. It did not cross the goal line. So unlucky. Abubakar Diallo tried his bicycle kick at first, and then the volley attempt from Kwanzaa was the one that almost scored. Brilliant efforts. Bassett. Looking, and Aka Wheatcroft is the recipient. Here's Jonty Clark. Thomas Brulé. Left side. There. Now it's Kwanzaa. He'll lay it off. Space for McKechnie. Jared McKechnie thinking about having a go. Instead, he'll go wide. Diallo. Usually he's in the center. Now he'll look to try to find someone in the center. And he's dispossessed. Out of play. Corner kick. J.J. Abraham's been excellent all night long and proves that once again. Out for a corner. Really could have been dangerous for Diallo had Abraham not made that play. See another change here, and it is who we were talking about. Connor Rogers will check in. Gonna look at who he replaces here if we can. That's just the first change. Oklahoma United's already made 3 moves.
Hammer and nails corner kick for Oklahoma United.
And it is Connor Bradford in the center of midfield to leave the pitch. First one to be brought off. Corner. Played short. First time we've seen that tonight. Played off again. Brulé right back to McKechnie. Unselfish back and forth. Top of the box. Didn't find anybody. He'll have to start over with Bassett. Brulé. Switch of play. That looks promising. And they almost got in each other's way. Jonty Clark was ready for it. And Gideon Bossman Kwanzaa didn't know he was behind him, and he headed it. I think Clark might have had the better angle on it. We'll never know. Nice defensive work for Oklahoma United to track back. McKechnie weaving through traffic. Able to keep possession. Clark, one-touch pass. Bassett. Louis Bassett is in the center of the park now. Started out as a winger. Aka Wheatcroft. It's pretty free-flowing. Almost positionless in the final third right now. Diallo's all the way out on the wing. Amber's in the center. Controlled chaos, maybe. Bassett jogging his way out to the left side. Fatigue starting to become a factor Fort Worth played 3 days ago. Cross in from Bassett didn't have any targets to aim for. Oklahoma United had an even shorter turnaround, just 2 days, although if you think that's bad, not only is Fort Worth going to play in 2 days' time again, they're going to play Arkansas Wolves, and Arkansas plays Thursday and Friday this week. 2 games in 24 hours. Both of them away, by the way. Painful week for Arkansas. May 29th, 2 days from now at 7:30, it's Fort Worth back at home hosting Arkansas. And then on May 30th, also at 7:30, Arkansas heads out west in Texas to Lubbock to take on the Matadors, hoping to keep them from a 4th consecutive win. How about that? Alexis Bertrand makes another great save as J.J. Abraham was almost surprised to learn he was onside. Take another look. Great through ball. That one right there, and, well, it was on. Bertrand had to make that save, and he did. To be fair, Abraham will probably have hoped that he could have put it in a more difficult spot to stop. It was a little close. Corner coming from Jaramillo. Played into the center, and that one punched away by Bertrand. Been active all second half long, up to every task, trying to keep his first clean sheet of the season. Oklahoma has survived in high-scoring matches off of high-octane attack, but it's been a very different profile of match this evening. Holding down the fort defensively, which is something they've been trying to do, I think, really all season long. It just hasn't worked out particularly well for them. To be fair, they only did give up the 1 goal against Fort Worth last time. The 3 goals against West Texas, a little bit more concerning for Coach Barros and his crew. Nardini goes long. Great vision, great execution. Diallo looking around. He'll move left. Oh, it's behind Bassett. They're both frustrated about it because they knew exactly how promising that attack looked. Might be time for a couple new guys to check in. We'll see about it. Francois Jerry-Ray is preparing over there. Like he might be ready to enter. You can also see the inclusion of Harry Tremblay, another Belgian in this team. In the meantime, it's Vaqueros in possession. Oklahoma United, one of 18 teams in the entire NPSL this season, who has still not dropped any points. Perfect record so far. Fort Worth trying to spoil that, but they'll need a goal. They'll start to get a little more desperate, undoubtedly, the longer that they have to wait for that goal. Here are the 2 changes. It is indeed Francois Jerry-Ray who will enter along with Harry Tremblay. Aboubak Diallo will leave, as will Brulé. 2 players who had fantastic outings. Brulé with the assists. And Diallo just involved in a little bit of everything this evening, as he always tends to be. Jerry-Ray immediately getting a touch on the ball. He's been one who Coach Barros was really quick to praise. Said he's a guy that's really impressed me since we've started training, and really talented guy, and does a lot of things that aren't necessarily obvious on the stat sheet. He just really goes in and does his job at midfield, disrupts things. Makes it really hard to keep him out of this team. Harry Tremblay from Uy in Belgium. First year in the NPSL. Was a junior last year at Lincoln Memorial. Just 2 shots in 7 appearances in an injured fall season for him, and he nearly provides an assist, or did he? No, not quite. Awfully close. Nearly a howler from Hufstetler. But instead denied. Take another look at it. Tremblay with a nice layoff, and a shot was, well, put in the right place. Hufstetler nearly lost it. Just able to hold on. Oklahoma United has scored multiple goals in every single half this season, except for the first half, and if things continue to go this way, the second half of this one might follow that same script. Oh, a whiff completely, and that's unlucky for Vaqueros because it was a well-worked play. There in midfield, there was an opportunity. It was not taken. I think it was getting all the way up there. The substitute, Rogers, if I'm not mistaken. No, Rogers is not there. That was Conway. Probably should have done better, the striker. Completely missed it. Humbert fell to the floor. Looked like he might have been injured. He gets back up. Kwanzaa. McKechnie. Humbert. Louis Bassett. Some space. Conway closes it down. And that's really good work from Joe Conway. Makes up for the attacking error with some defensive exploits. 76th minute of this one. Quarter hour left to go, that's all. Oklahoma United ahead, but it feels a little nervy right now. That's a great pass. Humbert repays the favor, and it doesn't quite find Louis Bassett. He is distraught that that one didn't find him again. He had visions of a second goal. That'll be a foul, a push in the back that time, and for some unconscionable reason, there's argument on that decision. That seemed like a pretty clear one, at least from my view. Jaramillo was not of the same opinion, somehow. And that'll actually be the last we see of him, so maybe not the way he wanted to end his night, but it was a successful one. Jaramillo played really good football all night long, to be honest. Now we'll see a couple of changes. As they go a little bit more attacking with these decisions, kind of what we expected them to do earlier on. First, we'll see Dylan Cabrera check in. He's a forward wearing the number 17. He's in for Jaramillo, so a forward replacing a midfielder. That one makes sense. And also checking out is the defender turned midfielder Abraham. He is going to be replaced by Jamie Thompson. That's a like-for-like change, same position. Outside back, Thompson, one of the few international players on this team from Inch in Scotland. He'll have some immediate work to do, comes in to help on Humbert. They double team him. No matter, they'll find Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa with the side-footed pass. Turned around was Tremblay. Jerry Ray. Jerry Ray will find Tremblay again. Tremblay tried the cross, deflected. And that's out. It's going to be OKUFC ball, although it was touched. Humbert touched it and then let it go out. That's the only thing you couldn't do in that scenario. Not sure why he did that. That's a surprising one. In any case, throw in to come for Fort Worth. They were gifted that one. Long throw in over everybody's head. It finds Conway, who heads it forward. Cleared high into the night sky. McKechnie got there. On go the lights at Chad Richardson Stadium. That's a nice look. Long ball to midfield. This is headed forward. Plaxco releases a couple of Vaqueros. That looked dangerous until it was snuffed out just in the nick of time by Nardini. Maybe a foul here indeed. Too much contact from Humbert, and he doesn't like it. In truth, it seems like a lot of bona fide fouls have been probably unjustly argued on both sides. That is the nature of the game, of course. Competitiveness starts to get to you a little bit. It's been nothing untoward, of course. Fairly respectful. Always what you prefer to see. Well, here it is. Sending it in. Into the back post. That was Thompson. And now there's a foul in the box. This looks like a penalty kick. It is. And now there's going to be some serious debate over this. But this is a monumental change in this match. You see the frustration here. Let's see if we can try to get a Stomp and Grounds Market replay on this one, because goodness, with 10 minutes left to go, this changes the entire complexion of the match. Fort Worth Vaqueros are going to be 12 yards away. From tying this matchup from the penalty spot. And of course, it'll be Parker Plaxco. Not sure if we can get a look at that one. But this is a final decision, by the way. There's no video assistant referee, anything like that. The center referee's made his choice, and that can't be changed. Whether or not we get to see a look at that replay, it is what it is. So a penalty kick coming. Enormous moments. Can't understate it. Chance to tie the match. All of a sudden, Oklahoma United playing their best football of the match. Nothing to show for it. Vaqueros could tie it up with Parker Plaxco. Raucous crowd trying to knock him off his game. Plaxco, 12 yards. Going up against the Belgian keeper, Bertrand, who's been up to every challenge in front of him. He's stopped everything so far. Can he keep that going? Plaxco steps up, wants it, and he dispatches it to the chagrin of this United crowd, silencing everybody in there. Penalty kick goal for Fort Worth. Take a look at it again. This is cool and collected, exactly what you expect when you send Parker Plaxco up there. And Plaxco now, still the team's leading scorer. He's also tied with David Ampere for the most goals on the field this evening across the season. Plaxco's got 4, Ampere's got 4. They both came in with 3. And they've both added 1 to their season tally. Now United is going to charge pretty furiously. They're going to have to, if they can hold on to a win. If they do get a win in these final 10 minutes, it'll be an awfully dramatic way to treat this first ever crowd to 3 points. Jerry Ray, he weathers a challenge. Should have been a foul. They'll play advantage. Left side, Tremblay wanted to cross. This one's deflected out for a corner kick. It'll be a Stomp and Grounds Market corner kick, by the way.
It's the Herondale's corner.
And let's have a look at this. Fans getting excited for good reason. Corner coming from Ampere. He's the set piece specialist. What's he got this time in his locker? Puts it in. Back post. Too high. Gideon Boxman Kwanzaa had the touch, but he did not keep it under control. Well, so the substitutes have made an impact, but it was Parker Plaxco to impact the score sheet and level us at 1. I mean, to a degree, it feels like it's unfair to Oklahoma United, but when you look at it another way, realistically, this has been an excellent performance for Fort Worth Vaqueros. They've really come in and, I think, surprised Oklahoma United by how much they've improved, or at least just speculating that's how it feels. Fort Worth was ready for this one. And of course, Parker Plaxco, we've already known his capabilities. Here's another change for Fort Worth. It'll be their 4th. They will dip into their bench and bring in Arshan Rafati. who did not play against Oklahoma United, though he was on the roster in that first contest. Most recent outing at Arkansas Wolves, he played 49 minutes. He got the start. First year Vaquero is Rifati. He'll most likely check into midfield with an attacking flavor to his positioning. See him enter on your left side of that screen. And I believe he's brought off Marco Guzman. So really it's a defender who's left the pitch. Rifati will play that outside defensive role. Oklahoma United chasing a winning goal. They've had the advantage all match long on the score sheet ever since David Ambert put them in front. But now with the penalty dispatched on the other side by Parker Plaxco, it's honors even. Oklahoma United determined not to let it finish that way. John T. Clark is fouled and a yellow card coming out too. Interesting. Not sure that I saw anything yellow card worthy unless there was something off the ball that was said. And I'll tell you, a lot of times a goal that levels the scores really dampens the mood in a stadium. Not here. It is still rocking. You've got fans, all really, not only just in the stands, but all across the grassy area there on the scoreboard side. Energetic, full house. Will they be treated to a dramatic match winner? Could this be the moment? 86th minute, this one's shot directly into the wall. It finds Nardini. Bassett plays it back into the mixer. Edge of the box. Kwanzaa, space there. Aka Wheatcroft scored on a header last time. Won't do that this time. Here it is in the center, and a foul goes against United. Fans don't like it. They thought that was the moment. Running out of moments if Oklahoma United is going to take this victory. Not much time left to try and do it. 3.5 minutes to play, plus any stoppage time that the referee crew chooses to add. And there hasn't been a lot of stoppage-worthy action in this one. Not in the second half, anyway. Huffstetler. The way it goes along, that's the order of business for the rest of the match for Fort Worth. They will like to hold on to what they have. Played back to Huffstetler. He wasn't ready. It's a gift of a corner kick. And if Oklahoma United can take advantage here, what a heartbreaking way it would be for Vaqueros to give up the second goal and potentially the deciding goal. United corner coming. Ampere. In it goes. It's dangerous. Back post. Wheatcroft! Yes! On target with his head for the second straight match. A special goal and a special time to get it. Tyler Aka Wheatcroft. Second goal of the year. Credit to the cross as well from that corner flag, and look at the response from the fans. The kids are loving it. They love it in the press box up here too. Edmond loves it. See it again. Beautiful. That is such a difficult thing to pull off, especially in such crowded traffic. That is not a missed assignment. That's not a Vaquero falling down. So unfortunate from a Fort Worth perspective. They gave everything on that corner. Didn't do anything wrong. They just got beat. In the meantime, a couple of changes. Jesse Garcia steps off, and so does Luis Pineda. A couple of defensive players leaving. A couple final rolls of the dice here. See if it gives them anything. Ooh, maybe a foul here. No, it'll just be a throw-in. Thrown in quickly by Thompson. Well defended. Cabrera. And Nardini gets on it. He thought he was fouled, no call. You thought it's been chaotic in the second half. Let's wait till you see these final couple minutes. 1 more minute to play plus stoppage. Could be plenty now with the goal. Away it goes. Bassett will pick it up, and this could be insurance. Oh, Bassett lost it. Cleared away by Fort Worth, and that was one of their more recent changes. return coming for Oklahoma United. Long ball, looks like a foul, and it is. Free kick. Oklahoma United can let some more time trickle away. It's a veteran move from Louis Bassett. This crowd, ready to explode. They watched their team take the lead. They watched adversity arrive via Plaxco's penalty. And then they watched Tyler Aka-Wheatcroft rise highest and get what for now is the match winner. Bassett is offside. He was ready to careen into the box.
3-minute second half stoppage time.
There's going to be 3 minutes added on. It's certainly enough time, especially since Fort Worth has possession. Vaqueros have time to try and grab a second goal and equalize things. Hard to say they don't deserve something from this one. More contact, Tremblay gets involved. Wasn't able to keep it in play. Tremblay's come off the bench in all 3 matches this season. Provided off the bench a real spark. But of course, it'll be Aka-Wheatcroft who takes all the plaudits for this one, deservedly so. He will have his name in lights, assuming things stay the way they are. Certainly not a foregone conclusion. Barbie, long throwing. Headed towards the corner flag. That touched Oklahoma United last. It was off of Duarchi. And let's look at this. From midfield, Henry Huffstetler, well, for a second I thought he was going to go all the way into the box and try to score here. He's going to go past midfield, though, off your screen. Everybody else in yellow is in there. In it goes. Oh, it's absolutely wasted. In all honesty, that is a really tough way to take that corner. It comes from Jamie Thompson, and he just didn't catch it right. Ends up behind the goal, no opportunity at all to put a shot in. Good news for Oklahoma United. Bertrand takes his time. Not long before this one goes final. Can United hold on in a storybook season opener and a storybook existence opener? Looking to go 3 for 3 on the year. Jerry Ray, nice turn. Finds McKechnie out wide. Bassett looking to possess. Bassett turns back to goal. Refaces. Oh, he goes and just misses wide. That would have put the nail in the coffin. Instead, maybe one more chance. Huffstetler chases it down. This one's still not over. Vaqueros need to go quickly. 1 more minute, says the referee. Indicates it towards the bench. Oh, and a steal here. Look at this, Tremblay with the work rate, and he takes it right back. Still in play. Garcia chases it down. It's still in. Vaqueros maybe with one more chance. 30 seconds or so. Dramatic finish in front of us. Fati with the throw in. It's long. Not over the head of Jerry Ray. Got to play off of United. Maybe one more chance. Garcia to throw. It's long. Aka-Wheatcroft, the hero, clears it. Time slowly leaving the hourglass. Referee blows his whistle. Oklahoma United treats their home fans to a memorable 2-1 home win. Special. Unbelievable. United takes this one. In special circumstances, the first half was all theirs. Second half looked like it was going to go Vaqueros' way. It did not. And look at this, they're storming the field. The kids are out there. Look at that. Crowding the protagonists for Oklahoma United, getting stuff signed. It's chaotic down there. Have a look. See for yourself. Makes me wish I was down there instead of up here. as we will do our best to try to go pitch side here and get post-game comments. I'm going to be honest, it's kind of a minefield down there. Might be a bit of a tough ask. Let's see if we can try to go to Shemaya Johnson-Guest now. See if she can hear us. Maya, you got us down there? Doesn't seem like we can hear her. Well, it got a little brighter down there. I don't know if that'll help or not.
Taking the corner. The corner.
Well, we will see if we can get to Maya. In the meantime, we'll take a short break. We'll be back. Trying to get post-game thoughts. Oh, hold on. Nope, I am hearing that we're going to try to go to Coach now. So let's go ahead and send it down there to Maya Johnson-Guest as she gets the thoughts post-game of head coach Antonio Barros. Go ahead, Maya. Let's hear from you.
All right, Coach. First game at home. How you feeling?
Oh, that was amazing. That was a great finish. The crowd, how many people were here, you know?
I have no idea.
Oh, that was crazy. We had so many chances. It could have been easier, but at the end of the day, we got the win. So proud of the boys. Everybody worked so hard. Extremely happy right now.
Absolutely. We're excited for the second home game, guys. And good win, Coach.
Yes, ma'am. All right, go United.
All right.
Thanks very much to Maya Johnson-Guest getting down there. That is no easy task, of course, and she completed it with a whole lot of traffic in there. But that's the thoughts of head coach Antonio Barros with Maya Johnson-Guest down there on the field. Big props to our UCO crew who's been making a lot of things happen for us, including that pitch side display. We'll be back in a moment, though. Don't go away. More post-game coverage, final stats, and a look at what's coming next for Oklahoma United on the other side of this break. Do not leave. We'll be back here on YouTube with more post-game coverage.
Be on the lookout for our online store at OklahomaUnitedFC.com. Make sure to tune into the live post-match show on YouTube on your way home. Find our channel by searching at Oklahoma United FC on YouTube. Then click on the live stream of tonight's match to hear post-match coverage.
Back with you post-game. Well, if you are just joining, first of all, you missed a fantastic contest. It had all the drama, everything you could ask for. And with that in mind, with the 2-1 victory, let's go ahead and take you through how we got there. Some video highlights on this 2-1 finish. It was not going Oklahoma's way the entire match, but this start certainly helped. That was a great save early on. This is second half looks. And again, it took a while for Oklahoma United to really work their way into this one. There was the first half goal from Davion Bear. And chances like this one, this would have been the goal of the century, but it was denied by the post, as you saw there. Opportunities continued to come, especially from these sorts of moments, building from the back. It was this sort of look, solid passing, and then, well, all of a sudden, Vaqueros were able to do this. Getting through, Abraham had a couple of chances. That was just one of them. Harry Tremblay came off the bench, was impactful. That's a shot that really looked like it was going to find the back of the net. It did not. And then this penalty kick chance. Parker Plaxco silencing this crowd and giving Fort Worth some life. That leveled this at 1-1, but outdone by the brilliant header off the turf of Tyler Acca-Wheatcroft, the pride of Liverpool. Finds that one at the perfect moment. And that was all it took in the end to bring Oklahoma United that 2-1 win. Well, before we sign off, let's give you some final stats, courtesy of Devin Williams and the stats crew. Total shots, Oklahoma United took 13. Fort Worth took 9. Of course, 2-1 in favor of United here at home. 8 fouls committed by Oklahoma United, 12 against Fort Worth. Things going Oklahoma United's way in terms of cleanliness. 5 corners for Oklahoma United, all coming in the second half. Well, 3 of them, I should say, coming in the second half. Fort Worth ended up with 7 total. 3 in that second 45. The 1 penalty going Fort Worth's way, of course. 2 yellow cards to Fort Worth. Oklahoma United, for the first time this season, keeping things yellow card free. Expected goals, Oklahoma United, get this, 6.04, and they only scored 2. Henry Huffstetler stood on his head. Defensive units for Fort Worth as a whole was excellent. They're really unlucky to not get a result tonight. They had 4.02 expected goals themselves, so they were not necessarily just parking the bus. They got forward, they created chances, and they're unlucky on both sides of things. Possession, Oklahoma United led at 58%. That is different from previous outings. First time they've led in possession this season. 60% accurate in their passes. I'm sure they'd like to improve on that mark, but it was 7% higher than the Vaqueros mark of 53. One final segment to bring you, which is what to expect in the rest of the conference. This one puts Oklahoma United on level pegging with Lubbock. They both have 9 points apiece in the conference standings. Both are 3 for 3. Oklahoma United leads on goal differential, but once these two teams meet down the road, then it'll be a tiebreaker determined by head-to-head record. So that one match this season between OKUFC and Lubbock, that one's going to hold a lot of weight. You can already tell those two are 2 of the 3 main competitors. Fort Worth really put in a good account for themselves tonight, but they do stay in 4th place. They have a -5 goal differential for the year, which is worse than Arkansas's -3. But they are ahead of Arkansas on that head-to-head tiebreaker. West Texas has already beaten Fort Worth. They have a positive 2-goal differential. So those 3 teams, West Texas FC, Fort Worth Vaqueros, and Arkansas Wolves, all deadlocked at 3 points in 3rd, 4th, and 5th, respectively. Rounding out this standings list, it's Houston still with no wins, -10 goal differential after an 8-1 drubbing to start the year against FC Brownsville. And while Brownsville has -1 points, and if you're asking why that could be possible, they started with a 4-point deduction due to not meeting league standards. They have a +5 goal differential, though, and will be hoping to climb their way up the table. Well, that'll do it. It's Oklahoma United scoring multiple goals for the 3rd time this year, winning for the 3rd time this year, winning at home for the first time ever. Signing off from Chad Richardson Stadium in Edmond, Oklahoma after a 2-1 victory for Oklahoma United. My name's Danny Kajula for Maya Johnson, guest downstairs. Everybody in this Oklahoma United staff and crew who makes these games possible, especially the video and tech crew at the University of Central Oklahoma, greatly appreciate their services. They've been fantastic. And we will see you next time right here on YouTube. Next matchup for Oklahoma United, they will travel to Brownsville and Houston on June 6th and 8th, respectively. We'll be right back here at home for a 4-game home stretch starting June 12th. Arkansas Wolves will come to Edmond on June 12th at 7 p.m. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night, and we'll see you next time. Go Oklahoma United.